Hi, this is Julian, and this is my book, Palmistry, Speed Learning Palmistry, Palm Readings in Your Own Words, and as it says, hopefully, a practical, speedy primer on the art of palmistry. Now, I wrote this book a few years ago, and one of the main reasons I wrote it is I'd read a whole bunch of books on palmistry, and I never felt anything taught palmistry quickly enough, but also taught how to give readings quickly enough. A lot of books told you what the lines and things on the hand meant, but didn't, as you go, show you actually what to do with it and how to relay this to someone if you gave them a palm reading, because in my opinion the whole point of learning to read palms isn't to just read your own, it's to read other people's for entertainment or for fun or whatever. So what you get is you get this book here, and you also get flashcards, and the book references the flashcards the whole time. There are 10 flashcards. First impressions, what to say when you first see someone's hand, basic hand shape, second first impressions, and for instance the thumb. And on the front you get what the card's about, so you can test yourself without looking at the back. And on the back you actually get the description. For instance, top of the thumb is willpower, this section is logic, and it doesn't give you too much information. In fact, the whole book is all about learning to use very little information but talk a lot about it using your own words. So instead of giving you lots of stock phrases, it teaches you how to speak your own language in a way you're comfortable with. And like a lot of my books, it's very pushy. I keep repeating the need for you to speak with your own words, and you're going to find it difficult to start with, but you have to make the effort. So let's have a quick flick through this. Card 1, first impressions. So you get a description of how the hand's presented to you, and each card has a description, and you have to refer to the cards you get when you're reading through the book, so they work together. As always, you get lots of practice sections, like here, a way of practicing and being tested as you go. Even on card 2, you're already being tested again. I've made little diagrams to show you to learn it very quickly. Lots of memory tips. I put these in little boxes, just ways of remembering stuff, either using mnemonics or just little memory tips. I've tried to use as many as I can. You've also got things like first impressions, and occasionally you'll get a little side bit where I explain a bit more about the philosophy behind doing these readings. For instance, there's a whole section in the middle about contradictions, and one of the things people don't realise is that we're always so busy looking for all the stuff on a hand which looks the same. You're very nice, you're very amiable, you have a nice smile, or whatever. In actual fact, it's much better to look for stuff that's incredibly opposite, because it's this conflict which gives you lots of stuff to talk about. So there's a little bit of an essay about that in the centre section. You get through a few cards, you get revision questions. It's almost like being at school. And later on, even more revision. See if you can match each trait with its description. I'm always testing what you know. And in the middle, there's a massive great thing, just for the first 5 cards, a test for you to try and connect the traits of the hand with the descriptions of the hand. So again, you have to practice, but hopefully, because you're only learning small snippets of information, you can get to use it very quickly. Now, again, another little essay in the middle talking about finger meanings. And then at the end, a bit of a recap and a little talk about the minor lines, which of course are on the last card. So you get these 10 flashcards, which you can print off yourself on these index cards. Of course, the good thing about these is you can stick them in your back pocket. You can print as many out as you like, print them on bigger paper, smaller paper. But when you're learning, it's kind of handy to put them in your back pocket and just get them out every now and again. Now, some people I know who've given readings extremely quickly after getting the book have actually used these cards when they give readings. The line being, look, I've only just started, would you mind if I give you a palm reading? And they get the cards out and actually use the cards to talk through reading someone's hand, and people think they're actually learning something, which they are, as you go. And it doesn't matter, you know, you've got quite a nice thing to look at, and people seem to respond well to that. And I know quite a few people who've actually just used these at the start as a little booklet. Later on, of course, they can forget about this. They know what's in the book, and by repetition they've learnt it. Now, another thing you get, as you do with my other readings books, you don't just get the book and the flashcards, you also get the audio book. Now, the audio books are now available for free to download straight from the website. Now, for instance, here's the audio book for speed learning palmistry. So that's me reading out the chapters the chapters that I actually can read out. And if you use this in the car or on your headphones or on your iPod or in my instance, my iPhone, you can very, very quickly listen to it after you've read it, put it on before you go to bed. And a mixture of using the card, using the book, using the audio book, you can learn this stuff very, very quickly. And it's more fun. Some people learn in different ways. Some people just like reading the book. Some people just like listening to the audiobook. Like I said, if you go to thecoldreadingcompany.co.uk, you will see free audiobooks, and every single one of my books that come with a free audiobook, you can actually just download them, use them when you like. You can use them for test purposes. You might want to know what's in the book before you buy it. It might get you to actually think this is quite a good idea. You might listen to it, think it's not for you, but they're there for you to use. Take them, use them, and if you feel like buying the books, that's great. And if you think, no, it's not for me, that's also great. So that's it. That's Speed Learning Palmistry. It was my first readings book, so I'm pretty proud of it. You can get the printed copy from Lulu. You can see the link on my website, thecoldreadingcompany.co.uk. So this is the printed copy. Of course, if you get the printed copy, Lulu will not be able to print these cards for you. You have to get in touch with me after you've bought the printed Lulu copy, and I will email you the PDF which gives you these flashcards that you can print off yourself. So that's it. That's Speed Learning Palmistry. I hope you enjoy it and get learning palmistry as quickly as possible. Bye.